we have the current stock market analysis for NIO Incorporated, stock ticker NIO. Before we begin with this chart analysis, if you find these educational materials to be helpful in your trading, please remember to click the like and subscribe buttons and leave your thoughts in the comments section below so that other traders will be able to find this information more easily on the platform. So as we can currently see, the stock is posting a fairly impressive recovery over the latest trading session. In many ways, it does look as though this stock was being artificially influenced by the major event risk from this week, which was the NVIDIA earnings report for the second quarter that was released after the session bell on Wednesday. So now that this event risk, this critical event risk, is now in the rear view mirror, it does sort of look as though the share price itself has been able to find a fairly impressive recovery ahead of well-defined critical zones of support that we have outlined in prior videos. So in the remainder of this video, what we will be doing here is looking at some of these critical price zones, explaining why they're important, and devising a strategy here that can be used to execute profitable trading positions in this stock going forward. So as we can see here, the share price overall did manage to find support right around the $3.68 level. As we know, anybody that's been watching these videos is probably familiar with the fact that we have been watching the $3.60 zone roughly. Prior price lows there came in at $3.61. More recently, we did see a price low come in at $3.63. This would have been posted during the August 8 trading session. So as we can see here, this near-term support level is continuing to post this trend of higher lows that has started to develop for this stock. So if we take a bit of a broader view here, we can see that the overall trend trajectory has been in the negative direction, in the downside direction. In prior comments, many different people have explained that they have been holding on to this position for quite a while, and it does appear as though most traders at this point and at this moment are trading underwater. In other words, their positions are not profitable, and the market has worked against those positions to generate unrealized losses so far. So the real question going forward will be whether or not this share price is able to find a sustainable support zone near term and issue a strong reversal point and a turnaround point for the stock price going forward. So at the moment, what we're really looking at here is the potential for a strong turnaround point to develop right near this $3.63 zone. As we can see here, share prices have not broken back below that level. And additionally, what we can see here in the trading volumes themselves is a positive sign here, given the fact that current indicator readings have started to move out of oversold territory, and the overall trading volume here is showing a major spike in the upside direction. So ultimately, what does this tell us? Essentially, this tells us that investors did start to see this major decline, probably felt that a lot of this price movement to the downside was irrational and due to the fact that NVIDIA was going to be reporting earnings. And there was a strong possibility that the broader market would start to sell off. And then, maybe some of these people took their positions off the table. And then we did start to see people move back into the market once that event risk was in the rearview mirror. So in other words, after that risk passed, after that risk was no longer a viable potential negative, investors started to look at this $3.60 level and started to feel as though the stock was a good value at that price zone. So as we can see here, this is a positive development. And then in addition to that, we do have some indicator readings here, which suggests that overall the trend momentum could start to move in the upward direction. So specifically, what we're pointing to is this breakout here to the top side. So here we can see that the relative strength index, which is the purple line at the bottom of the price chart, this index is starting to move above its own negative downtrend. So this negative downtrend suggests that there is bearish negative momentum that's trading in the market. But what we can see here is that this trend is now starting to break. So as long as this upward price movement continues, we should start to see some additional price action moving in the bullish direction, and this should start to help the stock develop a longer term base near term and at the current price level. So if this is the case, what this would indicate would be that the share price itself would be a relatively strong buy near term, given the fact that the stock has already seen a substantial downtrend, and the potential for further downside price movements is starting to look relatively limited. If we're not able to convincingly break below this $3.60 mark, the overall suggestion here is that the risk to reward ratio for this stock could favor bulls at the moment, given the fact that there's so much room here to the top side as far as potential upside price movements. So if we look at this price chart and we go back, simply back to the May 2024 trading period, roughly the middle of May, we can see that the share price itself was already trading near the $6 mark. So overall, there's not much reason here to suggest that share prices should continue to maintain themselves under this severe amount of selling pressure, given the fact that there was a major reversal point here in light of a long-term support zone that has now held on 3 separate occasions. So what this is starting to form here is a triple bottom support zone on these longer-term time frames. For this price chart specifically, what we're looking at is the 30-minute price chart, but that's mostly due to the fact that I want to show this recent downtrend move because it's currently governing share prices and controlling the theme or the narrative at the moment, as share prices are still facing a lot of downside selling pressure. So at the moment, the real question that traders need to be asking themselves is whether or not a break of upside support, of upside resistance levels will be possible here going forward. The main level that I'm watching to the top side comes in at roughly $4.15. I do think that if we see a break above here, that further gains would then be possible, because this essentially marks a double top resistance zone for this stock. So the next level of support from there would come in at the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement of this declining price move into the $3.63 region. Currently, this price on rests at roughly $4.24, and if we did see a break above there, I would then expect to start to see a retracement of this full price move, with the next level of resistance then coming in near the $4.61 area. So here's the current market update for NIO Incorporated, stock ticker NIO. Our high value trading strategies membership is currently available for a limited time for only $9.99 per month. These high conviction investment strategies are characterized by superior risk to reward metrics that target massive market beating returns over time. Join now to outperform the market. Lock in this special introductory rate of just $9.99 per month for the entire lifetime of your membership, and start trading stocks with the pros.